going to give you 3 to 4 tips how you can save time and, more importantly, money when you're shopping for your Tesla. I'll give you the starting baseline on what you need to do to get how to get the best deal, how to be informed, and how to save you time and money. So buying a Tesla can be a pretty painstaking process, or really just buying any vehicle. There's a lot of research back and forth that you need to do to make sure you're getting all the different incentives out there, the money and everything that could be, all the different discounts to be out there. So I'm going to give you the 3 to 4 steps out there that you need to follow to save yourself all the time, because we've been following deals. We've bought 4 to 5 Teslas already in the past, Model 3, Model Y, SX, and also now the Cybertruck. So I'm going to give you my tips from A to Z on what you need to do if you want to get a Tesla. And the first biggest one is just use Tesla's inventory website. This one is the best one. You can just put in your zip code from where you're at, and you're going to see all the different deals and discounts that are out there that are available for you depending on where you're at. You're going to find that there's vehicles that could be out of state, but unfortunately Tesla is pretty strictly about that, and you will not be able to take delivery of one of those vehicles. Like, check this one for instance. Like, this one's eligible in my area. It's a 2024 Tesla Model 3 long range all-wheel drive with an almost $5,000 discount, $4,000 discount. And of course, also this one should be available for me because it's shown in my area. It's got a $4,750 discount. And don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get an extra $500 to $1,000 off before placing your order. How you're going to know that it's applied, you see this green check mark right there, and then you go ahead and place a deposit. If you're looking for the best deals that we found, just for frame of reference that you might not necessarily be able to get for yourself, but these are just good deals, so you can see like, oh, Tesla's doing up to $5,000 on a Model Y. Let me go ahead and find that one, and so I can see what they're doing, and then I'll go ahead and try and pick one near me with a similar discount for that. The next step, number 2, is pre-qualify for financing. On Tesla's website, they do have a section where you can do a pre-qualification on any of the vehicles. How you get there is you go to, like, you find this one right here that has a $5,150 discount. Hit the financing button right here at the bottom, and there's a button right here that actually says get pre-qualified. You'll fill in your information, and this is just a step so you don't have to waste that $250 non-refundable deposit, and you can get a little bit of information or not on whether you'll be able to buy it or not. This will save you time, because if it says no here, then there's really no point in going further. Usually with Tesla vehicles, you want a good 20% and maybe even more down, and you also want to have good auto loan history, like you financed a vehicle in the past before. But it seems like banks are starting to loosen up a little bit more. We talked about that yesterday. So even if you don't have an auto loan history, just get pre-qualified and make sure you've got 20 to 30% down if you're looking to buy a Tesla, or just make also sure that you're qualifying for the $7,500 federal tax credit. The number 3 step, or number 3 tip, is you probably heard of like federal incentives, state incentives, local city incentives. This is a great website that you can find all the different incentives that you might be eligible for. It's called Electric for All, not sponsored by any by them, but you can just go ahead and go to this website, hit the zip code right here, put in whatever zip code you're eligible for, and it shows you potentially, as a good starting point, what incentives you might be able to find in your area based upon your local level or even city level or anything like that. You can see like there's clean vehicle credit, purchase vehicle for federal credit. There's maybe a potential electric EV charger depending on where you're at, and more depending on all the different incentives that are out there. So those are my top 3 things. If you're just starting out right now, if you're about to look into trying to get into a Tesla, this is where you need to start. These 3 steps to get into it. Once you've maybe got your feet a little bit wet, this is like my 4th half tip really. This is just like if you want more information, if like you've watched all the videos on the channel, you've joined our Discord down below and read through all the different posts, or even asked the other Discord members for help, this is another great resource that I really like. This is called a Tesla Motors Club, which is a forum. And what I like about this is there's designated waiting rooms where people that have already placed the order, they'll chat back and forth on what they feel about when they're taking delivery, what VIN they got, build quality issues or anything like that. And so I really like this. This, for example, right here, this is the Tesla Model Y ordering, production, and delivery waiting room, where people post about their experiences, their waiting process, and everything about that in there. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. Hopefully these tips helped you. And if there's any other tips out there that we missed, drop it down. And for people that are in the early stages of shopping and researching for a Tesla, I mean, you could really go on much more into this, but these are like the 3 basic steps I want people to know and people to start out before placing any money down, especially before placing a $250 non-refundable deposit on a Tesla vehicle and then finding out that you cannot actually take delivery. And so definitely read out through all the different fine print on how to actually get the 0% financing and much, much more. But let me know what your thoughts on